Hey guys, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Um, right, well, we're into the weekend, so here in New Zealand it is Saturday. I thought I'd come out and do a bit of work and share a bit of my truth and speak my truth, and also just give you an update on where things are at the moment. So, the other day, I was watching a movie, right? And it's called The Island. It was filmed in 2005. It's a 2005 movie, right? Scarlett, uh, is it Scarlett Johansson or Johnson? Scarlett Johnson. And the guy that she is acting with is, oh, Ewan McGregor. Okay. So anyway, so they're it's a movie about this kind of like this facility that has all these people in it, and all these people don't even realize that they're all clones. So it's about a community of cloned people, right? They're all clones, and they don't even know that they're clones. So they're stuck in this facility, and they have it's like a city. It's like a community of people just wearing these costumes, or well, not costumes, like uniforms, and that's excuse me, I've just clear my throat chakra here. So they are in this facility, and they are that's where their home is. That's where they live. And the thing that got me is that it's kind of like our today, it's like our the way things are today, with people living in a cube, living in a box. And what I mean by that is that they're inside of this box, and all they know about their lives, right, is inside a box. That's their whole life inside this box. So the island is of all these clones, all these people that live in this facility. And every week there's a lottery draw, or like a number that's drawn, where someone wins a certain number and their name is picked out, and they get to go to this island, right? They have this idea that they're going to an island. They have this, they've been deceived, or they've been lied to, and they've been told that if they are the winner at the end of the week, and that they've been chosen, they get to spend luxury and like a vacation on this paradise island. And so as the movie continues on, this guy who plays Delta 2, and so you've got Lincoln, who is Delta 6, and then you've got, Scarlett Johansson, who is Delta 2. So these two are sort of like, they're friends, and they're in this facility as well, because they were clones, so they would have been in a laboratory, in a pod kind of thing, until they developed into full human, or full grown human, right? And so all their lives, right, growing up in this facility, believing that that is all that there is, and that's their whole life, and that's where, they get to eat, sleep, and play, and work in this facility, and they they go by their numbers, right? Delta 6 and Delta 2, okay? So yeah, that's all I know. That's it. Is that they're in this facility, believing that that's their home, that's their place of haven, that's their place where they're safe and they're out of harm's way. So nothing can harm them, nothing can hurt them or anything like that. But in all reality, they don't even know, right? They don't even know what's outside the walls. They don't even know if there's another world outside of their world, because they're in a box. They're in this cube. And so that's all they really know. Nothing else. Only what's in this cube and what's in front of them. It's kind of like our today. It's like our the 3D matrix. You know, people are in their box. You know, work, rest, repeat. Go to work, rest, repeat, eat, work, rest, repeat, eat. That is their life. I mean, okay, so they're going to have a few vacations, maybe at hand. Christmas at the end of the year, birthdays, blah, blah, da, da, da. But that's it. There's no, I wonder what's on the other side of the wall or on the other side of the fence. There's just this square cube box called their lives. They don't know anything other than outside of that box, that they're just in that cube. So what happens now is that there's an awakening happening with Delta 6. And Delta 6 is kind of like getting a suspicion now. So a suspicion is kind of like an awakening, right? His suspicion that there is something other than what their controllers, their government, the politicians, the ones that are in control, the maybe laboratory scientists, these people that have them right in this facility, are keeping them from knowing the truth, right? Keeping them from the truth. So they're like in this cube, right? These clones, they don't know that they're clones. They don't know that they're in a facility. They don't know that there's anything outside of their world, because to them, that is it. There's nothing else outside their world. It's all there in front of them. So that's their belief, right? They've been programmed and they've been, lied to. They've been lied to. They've been told that, this is it, this is life. There isn't anything else. You've got your family, or you've got your friends, or you've got, they may have pets and things like that, have their work, have their bedrooms, have their homes, have their memories, their things that they created, right? And they have this life inside of this facility, and there's nothing else. Nothing else. It's kind of like the same thing as the 3D matrix. Exactly the same. Is where everybody's got their lives going to work, going to having family gatherings, going to weddings, maybe funerals, maybe sports, right? Sports, weddings, Christmas, birthdays, a baby being born, going to events, concerts, etc., etc., etc. But that's it. That is it. Work, eat, rest, repeat. Work, eat, rest, repeat. Work, eat, rest, repeat. Truth, right? And only one person or one clone called Delta 6 was the only one that had suspicion that there was more than what they've been told that's in that facility, than what they've been told to believe, right, from their controllers, those that control them, those that are scientists, those that work in laboratories and making all these clones, right? And so that's what they have come to believe, but only one, and we can say only one has awakened or experienced the awakening. So he's kind of like got a suspicion that there's much, much more going on than they've been told and what they believe. So he explores. He goes to investigate what is going on. He goes to investigate, and he goes to search out the truth. And when he does, he goes into another sort of like department, right? He goes to a different department in that same facility, and he starts to discover the truth and what these controllers have been doing. He starts to see that everything that they've been told has been a lie. And everything, he starts to put the pieces together. He connects the dots, right? Because now he's experienced an awakening to the truth. And so he starts to connect all the dots together. And when he does, there is a friend of his that he wants to also, not only is he speaking his truth and bringing about an awakening to Delta 6, but he's also showing all the evidence, all the information, all the data, all the, you name it, right? Same thing like the Matrix, the 3D Matrix that we are currently living in today. And you see this around you. You only have to go into town, you only have to go wherever you go, and you can see it all right? So it's kind of like the same thing. Work, rest, eat, repeat. Work, rest, eat, repeat. Work, rest, eat, repeat. You may have like other things like sports, fitness, gym, work, go to socialize with your friends and things like that, but that is all you know. You haven't experienced an awakening. You're just going out there and spending time in that community, right? In the box. Haven't yet stepped outside of the box to see what's outside the box and what's on the other side. So anyway, let's get back to Delta 2, experiencing his awakening and also taking Delta 6 to have a look at what he has discovered. So now, right, we'll get to, long story short, we'll get to the part where they actually escape the facility and when they actually get outside of the facility. Now, the thing is, because he's experienced that awakening, the awakening to the truth, the awakening to the fact that they weren't going to an island, but that they were going to be killed off. And let's kind of like create this story for ourselves and say that because they probably knew too much. They probably were going to be killed off because the owners, the ones that are in control, right, can see that they're waking up. As soon as they escape the facility, and it's like, whoa, we're outside, we're actually outside. So it's like, what's all this? What is this? Where are we? You know, it's like, whoa. It's kind of like alien-like, you know, you just step into a whole new dimension. One that you're not even aware of, that you don't even know that you are, that there's anything else outside of your facility or outside of your box or outside of the matrix, right? Because you've gotten to this place where your controllers have programmed you so much that all you know is what your programs have been downloaded with, what your computer has been downloaded with, what you know, your mind, your ego, your mind, your thinker, your personality, right? All the downloads and everything of what you've been told to believe is your life, but it's all been a lie. And so when you experience an awakening, right, you go through an awakening to the truth. That's when things start to unveil itself. That's when you get a revelation of your truth. Because now you can see everything for what it is. It's just like these two in this movie that stepped outside of the facility, that escaped, stepped out into like a new dimension. They stepped out into a new dimension that was very alien to them because they didn't know what it is. They didn't know what it was. They see a snake, don't even know what that is. They see road, they see signs, they see buildings. They see a helicopter or something that's flying in the air. So it's kind of like another dimension. And let me tell you something, that when you experience your awakening, when you go from 3D to 5D, this is exactly what it's like. You start to see the truth, and then you transition into a new dimension. You're making a shift now, consciously, making a shift in consciousness. Because you're going from a carbon-based, right? All this ascension, and when we ascend to higher states of consciousness, we're going from carbon-based to crystalline, going from 3D to 5th dimension. Some will be in between, like the 4th dimension, but then when you make a shift, it is a shift in higher states of consciousness awareness. Go through awakening, experience the dark night of the soul, ego death, because you've got to strip away, right, all the ego, all the personality, all the stories, all the programs. You've got to strip all that away. And sometimes it just is really painful and it hurts. raining. You probably can hear all the rain just falling on top of the car right now. Anyway, I'm going to continue on, so I hope you can hear me over the top of the rain at the moment. So yes, so we just go through this shift, alright, going through a shift from carbon base to crystalline. We're going from a shift from 3D to the 5th dimension. Some will shift from the 3D to the 4th dimension, and others will continue to shift to the 5th dimension and to even higher and higher states of consciousness awareness. Okay? But I wanted to share you, I wanted to show you, I wanted to share with you guys what this movie was about. You know, what I could see, and that just share my perspective, share my take on it, and share what I could see and come from, you know, that movie. I mean, you have to go and watch it for yourself. It's called The Island, 2005 movie. And when you watch it, oh my goodness, it's just going to blow your mind, right? It's going to blow you away. You're going to see it. And that's what it's like in our current situation, current life situation at the moment, where people are going about their lives, you know, thinking that their life is normal. Oh my goodness, it is far from normal. But anyways, I want you to see that, okay? And wow, when I saw that movie, it just stood out, really stood out. And you know, our lives, all our lives, we have been programmed a certain way. Programmed a certain way, to believe a certain way, to live a certain way, to think a certain way, right? Because we have controllers, those that control our lives, those that control, you know, what we can do, what we can't do, the ones that are in control of the whole system, of the way that we think, the way that we live our lives, the way that we work, right? And that's it. A lot of us don't know anything else because we're so programmed and fast asleep. And it's not until you experience an awakening where you now can see the truth. And there are so many stages to awakening. It's not that you're just going to wake up and you discover the truth and you discover that you've been living a lie your whole life, right? Given these programs, given a name, being told that's who you are, going to school, going to college, going to work, having families, having relationships, jobs, sports, fitness, going to the gym, socializing with your friends, living a certain way, thinking a certain way, being a certain way. Until one day, you experience an awakening. And then you go through a dark night of the soul where it's like, no, it's ego death, right? Because I tell you, when you experience your awakening, you come into a truth of who you are. You are soul, you are consciousness, the real you. And the one that has been living the life of being deep in a state of sleep, or being behind or being in a kind of like prison. So the one that is going to experience the awakening and come into their truth is when they go through an ego death. Personality, mind, right? Now the mind is duality because it's like separation. But the thing is here's the thing. When you experience an awakening of your consciousness, your soul, right? Your real you. When you start to experience that awakening, your mind, your ego, your personality, your stories, your programs, it's going to fight for control because it's not going to want to give up its identity entity. But it just doesn't have a choice because now your consciousness, soul, has come into awakening to the truth. And now you've got to strip away the ego, stories, the programming, the thinking, the emotions, the thoughts. You've got to strip that all away. And I tell you now, your ego is going to really, really hold on tight because it just doesn't want to let go and wants to maintain control at all times. But, oh my goodness. That's what happens. It just wants to maintain that control. But we don't let it. Because now when you come into a truth and awakening, that is it. There is no turning back. That is it. And that's what these guys experienced. They experienced an awakening to their truth, and then they shifted into another dimension. Outside of their facility. And it's like, because we were in this 3D matrix, and now we've come out of those places where we were like kept in pods, fast asleep, being controlled by our programs, minds, ego, stories, thoughts, emotions, everything that is not who we are. And because we came to that place of just, waking up and experiencing our truth of who we are, now we have shadow work to do. We have all this shadow work. We have all this inner work that needs to be done. We have purging that needs to happen, right? All this purging that needs to happen. All the unlearning, relearning, right? Got to relearn everything. Everything that we've been told. All the lies, right? It's a long sojourn and path, but I tell you what, you got this. You have got this. And I'm still going through, trying to be the best version of myself that I can be. I learn from my brothers and sisters, my bro stars and sis stars. I learn from them. And we've just got to, keep going, and just keep focused. Raise our frequency vibration. Eat clean, right? Exercise, move the body, let the water flow through your body. Okay? Make sure that you drink clean water, alkaline water, eat clean food. Okay? Alright, so that is what I wanted to share with you guys, and just, yeah, bring this message to you today. So, yeah, I hope it resonates for you and that you get something from it. And also, um, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that like for your girl. I would really appreciate that. And I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you for being here with me. Yeah, if you want to watch more videos, they're going to be over here on this side. And if you want to subscribe and like and share, you can go to this side. Alright guys, I love you so much. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll be back again with some more content. I love you, and take care. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye.